This game gave me a heart attack. Gave me a freaking heart attack, man. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness we held on to win. Hey guys, your boy Sean Bellamy. I'm back with you with a brand new Philly Eagles talk here on my channel. And our Philadelphia Eagles are now 8-1, going to the bye week 8-1 after holding on to win against our hated rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, at home. The Eagles was at home today at Lincoln Financial Field. It was a big win because with this win, not only are we just 8-1, which is still the best record in the NFL and the NFC. That win puts us up 2 games, I believe. I think Dallas is now 6-3. We're 8-1, so that puts Dallas at 6-3. As we go into our bye week, so that's really big because after the bye week, our schedule continues to get harder and harder. We take on the Kansas City Chiefs the week after in 2 weeks. Then we got Buffalo, then we got San Fran, and then we got Dallas again, and then Seattle. So that schedule is very brutal. So this win was huge, and like I said, going into the bye week 8-1 is even huger, or more huge. That makes sense. Yeah, you guys. So before I give my good, I got to start with the bad here. Our defense was absolutely atrocious today. When you talk about the linebackers and secondary, I got to give the nod as far as nod of approval, thumbs up for our defensive line. Our defensive line did not get pressure the entire game, but they made enough plays, in my opinion. There was a good amount of sacks on Dak. They was in his face at times. You definitely can't give a thumbs down to the defensive line. After that, though, the rest of the defense, they need to be running laps. They need to be talked to. The linebackers, all the linebacking core in the secondary, corners, safeties, all of them was absolutely atrocious. Dallas Cowboys have one guy on their team, and I'm not saying they have other weapons, but there's one dude on your team you have to look out for when you're playing against the Cowboys, and that dude is CeeDee Lamb. He's their best weapon, their best wide receiver on the team. What they love to do with him is move him around. They like to line him up outside as regular, number one wide receivers do. And they like to line him up in the slot because he can do a lot of damage against whoever is covering him. If you're covering CeeDee Lamb in the slot and you don't have an actual good piece on him, he's going to chew you up for a good amount of yards like he did Philadelphia today. I don't know what the Eagles' goddamn game plan was the entire week they were preparing for Dallas, but Dallas did exactly. They stayed true to form. They went to having CeeDee in the slot a lot. But for some reason, we continue to put our rookie, Eli Ricks, our rookie cornerback, on a veteran wide receiver with the talent of CeeDee Lamb in the slot. We are paying our 2 cornerbacks, Darius Slay and James Bradbury, top dollar, and you're not having your 2 top guys defending their best receiver when you know that the matchup favors Dallas when they put him in the slot against anyone else. Our secondary was atrocious, dude. And I'm not just going to get on Eli Ricks. Darius Slay had a good game. He didn't have a good game. James Bradbury was awful. Our safeties wasn't that good. We was getting chewed up all over the field. The running game, we did a good job here. The Eagles is very well known, have the MO of just not stop. They can absolutely stop the run. But when you talk about the passing against Philadelphia, dude, they got to clean that up, man. The Eagles' defense is becoming Swiss cheese and just barbecue chicken when you literally go in the middle of the field at Philly. It's my biggest problem with our secondary, and nor just our secondary, but our defensive philosophy is it's all about the D-line pressure. The Eagles have a top 5, you can argue, the best defensive line in the league when they're out there and they're healthy. The issue is, I believe our philosophy is, it's all through the defensive line, right? Like, we have to create pressure through the D-line. And I'm not saying every team doesn't want that. Yes, your D-line should cause havoc, should definitely create pressure. But that's not always going to happen every single play. At some point, you have to believe, you have to hope, you have to trust that your linebackers and definitely your secondary can hold up their end of the deal and absolutely do what they can to make stops. That's not what happened today. Dallas got everything they wanted to do in the past game. I think Dak had over 300 yards, no interceptions, but just completely had the run-of-the-mill day with the Eagles secondary. There was a report, dude, that came out, I think, this week. I think it was on Wednesday or this past Thursday, where the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers were laughing. They were laughing at the Eagles secondary when they was watching film. That's what they think of the Eagles secondary. There was times Dallas was going for it on 4th down against us. It was like 4th and 1, and Dallas was dropping back in shotgun, and Dak was just throwing easy, wide open passes. We could not defend their wide receivers. Definitely could not defend CeeDee Lamb. Couldn't defend their tight end. I don't know if it's Schultz. I forgot their tight end his name. But we couldn't stop him. It was too easy, dude. Like, how embarrassing, dude. Like, you get word that their wide receivers, Cowboys wide receivers, is laughing at you because they know y'all can't stop them, and y'all go out there and prove it. Y'all couldn't stop a nosebleed. The secondary was awful. I can't stop talking about the secondary enough, yo. The linebackers was awful too, but the secondary was like really awful. That is a huge, huge weak spot for this Eagles team is the pass defense. They got to clean that up, yo. It's 2 weeks in a row. Our NFC East rivals and opponents, the Washington Commanders, what Sam Howell did to us, which was inexcusably disgusting, and then Dak Prescott for the Cowboys completely throwing it anywhere he wanted on the field and getting everything he wanted. It was disgusting, dude. I just, oh my God, the defense, oh my goodness, man, it was so annoying to watch. When you're not talking about the D-line, it was the linebacking core and the secondary was absolutely trash. Then moving on to the offense. Jalen Hurts is definitely an MVP running. That man was out there playing injured. There was a play that happened where I don't know if it was DeMarcus Lawrence for the Cowboys or whoever it was on their D-line or whatever. There was near the end of the first half, and the Eagles was trying to, get some points before halftime. Jalen Hurts dropped back, and I believe someone landed on his knee. He's been wearing this brace for his knee the last 2-3 weeks because he's been dealing with this lingering knee injury. And when someone's helmet landed right on it, and as soon as they did, Jalen went down, slowly got up. The entire energy went out of the arena or the stadium. I was at home holding my breath. Everyone and their mom was like, "Yo, oh my God, please be okay." He got up. Jalen got up, started limping back, and he comes back out in the second half and has a hell of a game. Like he finds out he said he was fine. He told Coach Eric Sirianni for the Eagles he was fine. But when he came back out, Jalen Hurts is an absolute warrior, man. He was dropping dimes, was out there taking care of the football. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. Maybe I think one time he did. He threw it in triple coverage to A.J. Brown with 3 Cowboys around it, but thank God nothing happened when he threw it. But Jalen had a hell of a game, man. He just showed his toughness, showing how much of a warrior he is, how much we love this dude, why we're glad and really happy he's our franchise QB, and why we believe in him so much. He even said after the game there in the post-game interview, Jalen said, "I'll do anything for the city. I want to win for this city." And this is why we love him so much. This is why I rep the jersey. This is what I do. Like he's so dope, dude. I love Jalen Hurts a lot, man. Just absolute warrior. He did not have to go back out there. No one would have been upset if he didn't want to go out there and risk possible further injury. That man went out there and balled out, had a hell of a game. Definitely deserves some props. Our entire offense actually did pretty well. Besides little hiccups here and there. It was not our cleanest game still, but there was no turnovers. I will say that. We got away with a couple fumbles that still landed on our lap, thank God. But there was no crazy turnovers that actually there was none that happened. That's kind of been like happening all year where the Eagles shoot themselves in the foot. We didn't have a lot of penalties on that side of the ball. So I will say the Eagles offense definitely deserves a thumbs up for what they did. The only person that I'm still iffy about and gets on my nerves from time to time, even though he's shown that he can do good, is Brian Johnson, the Eagles offensive coordinator. I don't know what's up with dude, what his problem is, but for some reason, when it comes to situational football, he just does not call. He's not consistent. Like, there's plenty of times where the Eagles should be running the ball, wasting the clock down. They have a decent lead against their opponent, in this case against Dallas. I think we was up 28-17, and you would think we're running the clock down, forcing Dallas to use their timeouts, whatever. But the play calls he make just make you really scratch your head. He wants to throw the ball on downs. You shouldn't be throwing it down. Like DeAndre Swift, our running back, can get 7 yards on first down, and it's like 2nd and 3. But for some reason, he wants to continue to try to throw the football. And you're like, dude, just get the first down. Like, there was a moment in the fourth quarter where I think the Eagles were like, it was 3rd and 3. And you're thinking, okay, this is kind of like the tush push, the AKA brotherly shove. Like, everyone's expecting, like, okay, it's 3rd and 3. The Eagles going to probably run the ball, maybe get 2 yards, hopefully. It's 4th and 1. Boom, get the tush push, the brotherly shove out there. We can continue to run that ball. We're definitely going to get the first down. We're going to definitely continue to make Dallas use their timeouts. It's going to be good. 28-23 at this point. But for some reason, he has Jalen drop back and throw the ball. Jalen throws a deep pass to A.J. Brown and goes out of bounds and the clock stopped. You're like, what is going on here? Then we get, and I'm going over the fourth quarter real quick, you guys. Then we give the, later in the fourth quarter, we give the ball back to Dallas. I forgot how much time. I mean, like 52 seconds, maybe a minute. This is why I gave the defense such a bad grade. I'm going back to the defense, talking about this fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. So it was a great punt by our guy, by our Eagles punter. Dallas is at their own 14, I think 14 or 15. So you're like, okay, they got to go length for the field. It's 28-23. This is great. You know, I'm not saying that anything can't happen, but forcing Dak and the Cowboys go down the field, defense, hold up. The very first play, Dak just drops back and throws it all the way down the field. And I think he's throwing it to Gallup, Michael Gallup for the Cowboys. And boom, you look at James Bradbury. He's in terrible position, never looks for the ball, and gets a pass interference. It's a spot foul, pass interference. And you're like, yo, they're already at midfield. Then a couple plays, I think we get another penalty. Basically what I'm saying is the Eagles defense almost gave this game away. Like, there was no reason. I think Dallas got down the field because a couple penalties and just leaving guys wide open. And it was like 27 seconds still left in the game. And they was in the red zone on the Eagles side of the field. It was like, it frustrated me so much watching this second. I can't stop talking about it. They almost gave this game away. I was sitting there sweating bullets. I was like, dude, this is really bad. Like, they're about to win this game and steal this when all our defense had to do is hold. But thank God we did. There was a lot of plays in this game Dallas is going to wish they had back. You talk about a game of inches. Like, there was one where Dallas was down, was it 28-17? They threw a pass to their tight end. Reed Blankenship made a great tackle, and it was like this short from scoring the touchdown. It was turnover on downs. Then after they scored later on in the fourth, Dallas then tried to do a two-point conversion to make it was 28-23, and Dallas tried to make it a field goal game by making it 28-25. Dak gets outside the pocket. He runs a really good run, and he's going up against Brandon Graham, our defensive end, and he literally stretches out. And you thought, by the face value, you thought Dak actually got past the pylon. He got the two-point conversion. But through replay, he stepped out of bounds 2 yards away from the end zone. It was so crazy. Like, Dallas will look back at these plays, dude, and it was this close from taking the game from Philadelphia. There was points they left on the board. Thank God they did. But, man, they left some points on the board. Again, it was a really good game. Again, I can't do nothing but tip my hat to Dallas. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and trash talk it. I'm just glad we got the W. Maybe there'll be some trash talk later on, maybe tomorrow, but I'm just happy we got the W, man. It was a very, very close game, a very good game between two teams that are looked at as good, that are good teams in the NFL. So 8-1, you guys. We in our division by 2 games against with Dallas being in second place and everything. Yeah, at least next week we get to chill. Don't have to worry about no damn stress weekend. So yeah, you guys. Fly Eagles fly. I'm out. Peace.